Hello everybody, Chris the Strong Dog coming to you today, again, from Salt Lake City. We're at another Salt Lake City roadside attraction. Today we're at the Gilgal Sculpture Garden. Honestly, I've been here before, I've done a video or two of it here before, and I still think this is one of the strangest places I think I've ever been to. As you know, Salt Lake City, with its history as a predominantly Mormon society here, this is not any different than that. It's a sculpture garden where this guy shows, I guess you could say, his fanaticism. I'm okay with people being like a huge fan of something they are a part of. I have no problem with that. But I honestly think this has gone a little too far, if you ask. Welcome to Gilgal Sculpture Garden. It's not your typical park, it's an outdoor art gallery filled with irreplaceable sculptures and inscribed stones. They are the work of Thomas B. Child, and this garden was his backyard. So just looking around, I'm not sure where his house would be. I wonder if this was his house. I have no idea, or if they demolished it, and I have no idea. I do have to take note of this though. This right here. All the fencing around the sculptures, I'm noticing that right off the bat. That's brand new. That wasn't like that last time I was here at all. Some of the sculptures going on, or the not sculptures, but inscriptions, I should say. Go on here. I have no idea what any of this is right here. This. I do know what this is though. This is probably actually the most popular piece here. Sculpture of the Sphinx with the face of Joseph Smith on it. I don't remember noticing this before, but it also has a Salt Lake Temple there. It's inscribed on there. And you see, it looks like this was meant to go up and you have people stand next to it. I'm not sure why they started putting the fence up. I don't know if people started like vandalizing it or not. I don't know. Not sure if this was an unfinished piece of artwork. A whole bunch of inscriptions here too. Now, Thomas Battersby Child Jr. was the one who did all these sculptures in his backyard. He was born May 6th, 1888 here in Salt Lake, and he died November 3rd, 1963. So just a few weeks before JFK was assassinated. I've actually visited his grave. His grave is up in the Salt Lake City Cemetery, not too far from where Gordon B. Hinckley, if anybody knows who that is buried from. The very back of the complex of the park, there's this building. I don't know if this is like his workshop or whatever. I don't know. It looks like it's big enough to be a workshop. It looks like it was big enough to fit most of the stonework he did here. Looks like a lot of these workers bring the stone to his place. So I guess he began working on it in 1945 when he was 57. So I guess about 18 years before he passed. Let's see. Now it's showing this photograph, which is right there, where those bushes are. I'll go to it in a second. It was one of those first projects in the garden. It contains several individual groupings and inscribed stones inspired by Child's biblical and philosophical studies. It's located directly south of the exhibitions building. So I guess this is the exhibition building where we're at right now. The stone at the top of it, over there, right behind that tree, was found in Willard, Utah, which is, I guess, about an hour north of Salt Lake City. Finished sketch. Okay, that's the one we just saw at the very beginning. Let's see. I'm going to get up there. Now I'm guessing this was the child family crest. I'm assuming, at least. I don't know. Got here a couple times, right? Just a second ago, when we were in the little gazebo workshops a second ago, they talked about this hill, and this is what it is. I'm actually not sure if the legs, the head up at the top, the feet, I don't know if any of that was just like stuff that never got completed. He just left it there. I don't know. But it's kind of eerie, kind of creepy. If you see that, if you walk around the corner, you don't expect that. You look up and you see that head. So I guess just right across from the little sculpture hill, turn around, there's a little pathway to come back this way. And I guess there's not really much back here except to walk by the flowers. Maybe, well, there is a little table with some benches over here, so maybe it's for like a little picnic area. And then it kind of leads around back towards the near the front, right across from where that Sphinx was. So now coming down a little bit ways, coming down this way away from that table, next to a little area over here. There's a little cave over here. I'm not sure if he who reads me mashes is my son and wishes. So that little stone at the bottom says. I'm not sure what the cave is supposed to be, or if it was like an unfinished piece before he died. Again, he died in November 1963, just a couple weeks before the assassination of President JFK. You know, come to think of it, I mentioned that his house was probably over there somewhere when I first came in. The entrance is over there. But I'm actually wondering if this was his backyard before, because there's stairs coming up and down here. If you go up the stairs, it comes up to this fence. You can't go any farther, so I'm wondering if that was originally his backyard up there. And right next to where the stairs are, we see this sculpture. I think might have been his wife, a sculpture of his wife. Down here it says, soul partner, add soul, part of my joys, dearer thyself than all. So I guess this was a love proclamation to his wife, and that's why I'm assuming that that is his wife. Now, I'm not sure if these eagles are supposed to represent anything or anyone, but there's 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the very end. And just opposite of those eagles, we got a big old stack of books and an archway we can go over. Again, with the fences, that's something new. I think the last time I've actually been here is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I think right before the pandemic. But that's actually a statue of Thomas Child right there. I'm not sure if it was him who sculpted it or if it was after his death when others, probably his family who took it over, probably had that installed. And upon doing a little bit of research, in that little sketch that's right behind it has the LDS 10th Ward building there. And doing my research, found out that he was actually the bishop of that 10th Ward that was there. I don't know for how long before he was released, or if he was released upon death, I have no idea. That part I haven't yet discovered. And I think this is supposed to represent the hands of God reaching down to the hearts of man. I think that's what that's supposed to represent. This kind of startled me right there. A little head poking out there. That startled the heck out of me. Sorry for all the noise in the background. I have my headset on so I can use it as a mic. But the birds out there are really loud. Got a birdhouse up there, and it looks like all the places that the birds can go in, looks like they've all been closed off. Can't zoom in, I'm using the GoPro. But I also wonder, just below that, I wonder if this is where they actually brought in the stonework from over there and brought it in down to over here. Getting ready to leave here in a second, but just realized I forgot to record this little thing. Letting you know where I'm at. Just near the entrance of it. And I also noticed this little pathway on the way out. Probably not leading to nowhere, but I kind of figure I'll just at least document it. Yeah, it just looks like it's another. Looks like it's another pathway to that little like table that's over this way. Back out that way. Yeah, it's another pathway to go out to this little sculpture, and then back over to that table we were at earlier today. I just didn't catch it earlier when I came back this way. And it's a huge flower. There you go. See, earlier when I came to this table right here, I didn't realize that there was another path out that way, so I took this path instead. Didn't even notice when I first came in. Looks like it's just like a whole pamphlet about the whole area. Got to read up a little bit about it. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later.